Perfect timing. Absolutely perfect.
It's all you, buddy.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the CSGO Championship Series. We're your commentators for this series.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Sometimes I wish we weren't.
No, really?
I'm kidding.
I thought we
I
had
just don't want to
something
sit
here.
next to you for this long.
It's true. I fought after a
All right,
period of time. That's why we opened a window in here. FlipSid versus HellRaisers. Where do you really go from that? There
Exactly.
we go. We could look at all the people that were wrong. As far as 32% of people saying HellRaisers would be the victorious ones over the best of 5. 68% of people said over on CSGO Lounge that FlipSid will come out on top. But of course, we're only one map in.
We are only one map in, and this is kind of where I started off with this. I thought, for whatever reason, that FlipSid just wasn't going to get Inferno. They call it one of their better maps, but statistically, they're both good on it. I really do think Nuke can go their way, though, and tie this back up one apiece. And if that's the case, Mirage, again, could go either way.
Yep.
Last 2 maps, I think FlipSid can still take this in 5 if that's the case.
I'm looking forward to this. I remember when we started talking about maps, I listed my 3 favorites. It was Dust 2, it was Inferno, and it was this wonderful map of Nuke. I love how you can just move up and down between the spawn points. You get great AWP battles, which can happen outside as the Ts and the CTs battle for control of outside. And then you got this internal struggle to try and either hold ramp or to get yourself out through hut to take the impossible A side or to switch yourself down and basically blow it up from below.
Yeah, and the rotations are so strong. That's one of the reasons. It's not just that there's a lot of choke points you have to contend. It's the rotation.
It's movement.
Even, I mean, controlling outside. Yeah, exactly. And controlling outside gives you a lot more possibilities as the terrorists. You can then work inside secret. You can establish an A split from mini. You can go even further than that if no one else is rotated out to support your outside player. You can actually get all the way around to hell. You can go for heaven. I mean, it gives you a lot more options than coming at basically a wall you have to penetrate. So apparently my mic's not close enough.
Yeah.
Not loud enough.
Just start screaming, man.
I will. When it all gets underway, we will. But no, my point is those rotations can easily counter that. You might get outside, but, I mean, you look at a player, I'll go to a Cloud9 reference just because I'm more familiar with seeing Cloud9 in this map so much. And nothing is, in my opinion, one of the better players on it. Get Right's very similar. They're so quick to drop through the vents. They're so quick. Even if Secret and outside get lost, he drops down. He's already there before they can go through.
And as long as you still control ramp, then you're okay. Because if not, you're going to have to play this huge long range then between ramp as well as events.
If you lose ramp and outside, you're in a world of hurt. You're just going to get trapped inside the own site when you rotate.
But the chance of that is, it's like the furthest point on the north to the furthest point on the south.
Yeah.
Like to lose both of that, you've got probably more problems than someone jumping up and down a vent.
Oh, right. And the other big thing is to control outside, you're committing sometimes upwards of 3 smokes to do it because there's so many angles right now that can hold that position. So it just, I mean, it really does favor the CTs. And then, like I say, you go inside, you got a choke point. Ramp's under contention quite easily. Hut is just an absolute mess. You've got to deal with rafters. You've got to deal with someone up close on the floor. You've got to deal with someone on the roof. Squeaky, sure, you can blow out the door and try and find your pick, but it's the same thing. It's a very narrow passageway. But again, we're seeing a T-sided team versus a CT-sided team, and if FlipSid can get 5, 6, I would like to see them get 7 rounds on Nuke, which I think if they get the pistol round, as long as they don't get ecoed like they did on Inferno, it's highly possible that they can.
You talking about them on the CT side?
Talking about them on T-side.
On T-side, okay. Are we good to go? Tell me we're good to go. Yay! I hear a yes, we're good to go inside my ear. So the players just say ready to rock and rumble. And we'll get our knife round started. Of course, we'll see who gets to actually start with that CT advantage in this map. We say CT advantage again. When we say one side's T, one side's CT, as in FlipSid loves their Ts more. We'll see who really can come out on top from that one. Remember, there's still a lot at stake. There is no second chances. This best of 5 is kind of where it all ends. If you do not win this best of 5, you do not advance to go, you do not collect $200, plus the potential extra $5 million. Okay, we don't have $5 million.
I'm loving all the guns that have been dropped in this pregame.
Now, if you're looking to fund like the next 10 rounds, pretty sure you'll find what you need there.
Yeah, bet skins on the floor.
How many skins?
I won't say how they got there. You're looking at me waiting. I'm not saying it. But we'll wait for the knife round. It's going to be important. I'm really not going to say it. Chat will figure out how the guns could be possibly put there. But if the, I mean, this is going to go down to starting out CT side is going to be a big.
I'm trying to work out, is this a trick question or something?
It's not a trick question.
Makes me feel like it's a trick question.
They were thrown there, Toby. The skins were thrown. There we go.
When you said you scraped the bottom of the barrel, it's like you've got a freaking Donkey Kong. Not even Donkey Kong. That's Diddy Kong barrel. All right.
Who do you think? I mean, last time we saw HellRaisers pick up the knife quite convincingly, and if that's going to be the trend for the entire series, it's, I mean, sure, they're a T-sided team. They want to figure out what they need to do. I still think in this map, even if you're FlipSide, you do want to start out and get the momentum started on the CT side. I mean, there's two schools of thought. In CSGO, everyone wants to start out, get the momentum, and build on that based on the economy and how that works, how the money system works. The other side of it is sometimes I've heard various players say that they often, or not often, but in a rare case, enjoy playing on the T side first. They know what they have to achieve then. They know exactly how hard and how much they have to gamble on CT. I still think the safe bet's the way to go.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one. Like, if you also feel like you're weak around, but it's the stronger one on the map is going to be like CT, then you take that one up, because then you probably feel if you are behind that you'll have the confidence over on the T side to come through and basically win. You feel more prepared on that side. So sometimes it's better the way you finish, not the way you start. Because then it can be absolutely crippling if you're, for example, 13-2 in front and then you lose. Not that I'm referring to any perfect situation. Alright, we've still got a lot of players from HellRaisers that have just gone AFK.
The other thing we didn't get to see in our first matchup was the double op setup, because unfortunately FlipSide never built up the economy to do it on the CT side. Nuke, we may get that from them with both Simple, who needs to step up. Based on his last performance, sure, he was in the middle of the mix, but not quite the performance we saw from him on Mirage last night. If he and both World Edit can get the ops out, or at least, I mean, even an auto sniper toward ramp can have great success. They'll have a much easier time holding off HellRaisers. So, I mean, a good start for them is all they can ask for. If they never build up to that economy, they'll never really be able to take full potential of how this team functions. I mean, we mentioned it, so much off potential. You've also got Markelov, who's quite proficient with the weapon.
Well, Angel has finally told us we've only got 15 more seconds to wait, and the rest of the HellRaisers guys will come back and they'll be ready to rock and rumble. So, HR vs FlipSide, map number 2 starting up soon. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel of the PGL. You can win yourself a wonderful flip knife. Actually, which knife exactly is it? It's a cool knife either way.
It's a flip knife Fade Factory New.
There you go. And of course, you can get yourself the awesome emotes which are attached to the channel, and you support the prize pool. You make CSGO even bigger. Is community funding at its Twitch best. So go support, help, be awesome. All right, knife round. Let's see who gets to win and be on CT side for this one, as we'll have our battle in the open. Fresh air is the best way to get kills. Almost the best way to live. Does anyone even commentate knife rounds anymore? I
used to. I got kind of tired of it really quickly.
Because it's just like, oh, he knifes this person, he knifes this person, oh my god, he comes in through the side, he's knifing on the side, oh, it's a taser! Yeah, something like that.
Man, HellRaisers, I mean, basically that. You nailed it. HellRaisers, 2 very convincing knife rounds. And on a map like Nuke, that's, I mean, you got to learn that that's how sides are going to be picked if you want to get your way. I don't think FlipSide's going to be able to answer that. That's going to make things awkward the whole way through. Luckily, Mirage is next. There's less emphasis on it, but we'll see if HellRaisers, if they win this pistol, I mean, they might actually be able to limit FlipSide to only 3 or 4 rounds. If that's the case, I don't see them being able to pick up this match, so that has implications. There's no question about it.
Yeah. So let's see if HellRaisers are momentum boys, or will FlipSide prove that the T's have what it takes to get the advantage on this Nuke map. As we'll get underway for our pistol round. Off we roll. Off we roll. So heavy commitment from the CTs. Primarily going inside. That's going to leave Angel sitting outside to try and spam through the smoke, which means FlipSide basically control out. They've actually managed to already get down to Secret as Flamey. He's really already battling inside the hut. Able to bring down World Edit. Was very far up, and now his teammate tries to replace him. Well, he just replaces his corpse on top of him. So Blade will drop 2, and HellRaisers successful defense. Angel out from CT Red. Now to keep that defense, and Markelov. Aggressive push out. That's never going to work for him, and it's only 1 player left with 8 life points. And he's down all the way below. so far away from the bomb and from the rest of his team from home. It's going to be almost an impossible task here for Bondic.
Yeah, so HellRaisers CT side pistol. Angel's just lurking. Oh, actually heading toward the vents. It could have been an easy kill onto him. Oh, spot.
Well,
no,
she
didn't
found
spot
someone.
him. Thought he would have.
Jump into vents.
I mean, there was no real coordinated execution there. They just tried to push through and win it on skill and on shots. Bondic at least gets one for consolation, but, I mean, perfect hold by HellRaisers. Flawless start to this match, and, I mean, if they can continue on with that, if they don't get ecoed and they build up a 3-round lead, then they start securing positions. It's going to be very, very quick work of FlipSid, and they have to make sure that Blade, who's renowned for his strat calling, finds a way through this. We'll see if outside presence becomes more trendy or at least part of their itinerary. With pistols right now.
I'm just surprised that the flip side ended up having 2 people try and push up through hut during this time. Like, normally the A side's really difficult to take. It's you ended up in a 1v1 battle, and support never really came in to try and make it a 2v1
Yeah,
either.
exactly. It was a one-at-a-time push. They've only gone with 2 flashes, 2 smokes, so I was thinking they might try and go for a flash upper take just quickly and hope to get a bomb plant down. They're not even going to go for that, so they'll wait it out. Spread out across the map. World Edit's got the bomb actually outside, and they're getting it pretty much for free, even though it's pistols. They didn't want to give up a rifle out there, so they'll play it passively on the HellRaisers side. But now they've got a chance to actually rush Secret quickly and try and overwhelm them with these pistols.
But thinking about it, right now, though, with a good Famous line, Angel's able to bring down 2. Wants to back up, so he's got more support. Marklov pushing through Squeaky, but then Angel picking up a 3rd. He knows there's another one about to come in through the main on the A. He's got more help from Kutcher. It's actually locked in a corner. Bondic can't get himself out of here. He's got no other choice but to wait for that to happen. Flamey to move in, and Angel, well, it won't be him. It'll be Kutcher coming in that will take out the last player. So HellRaisers successfully defend. They did, however, lose 1, but I don't think it's too much of a problem for him. They got all the money in the world now.
Yeah, easily. And they're not even going to be able to invest anything at all because they went for 2 deagles. And that little bit of nades just absolutely puts them to the point where it's a full save for the T's, so there won't be even any executions at this point. They've just got to try to find a way into a bomb site and get a bomb down so they can start building some economy. They're trying to work it outside. They're going for a 2-man boost up above. Angel's already found 1, but he's quickly going to get dropped on, but he's already fell back inside the site, so he's found himself some safety. And Adren's right there. Easy kills for him. Flamey's going to get 1 with the shotgun, and Adren picks up 1 more. They've all dropped inside Mini Angel, the only one caught off guard.
Considering he started with no armor, I'm surprised FlipSid was even able to pick up 1. But 3-0, HellRaisers now will have to deal with FlipSid with money. Not a hell of a lot of it, but it's still going to be enough to fund their war.
AK-47's out for everybody, and World Edit not even able to get his AWP yet the first couple rounds. Not giving them anything really at all. 3 kills combined. But now they have guns. We'll see if they can start to get them. Start if they secure it. They've got smokes heading outward in that outside position, but they aren't going to use them. They actually want to try and take this pick. It's Kutcher that's back in the big garage, and he does have that AWP.
Like Simple is the one who's in front of him. Angel's considering moving out. He's going to throw a little bit more of an aggressive nade as Markelov. He's looking for the bang to come in.
There's the smokes outer now too. But they're just faking it off. They actually aren't going to execute on it. So they've covered off both Angel, who cleverly sits inside the gap, and Kutcher, but they're falling back into inside. So they're just trying to force the hand of the HellRaisers team right now.
Markelov, the most patient flash you could ask for. Been sitting there for the last couple of seconds now. Finally Simple able to bring down Kutcher. And looks for the second, able to pick it up. Angel's going to drop as well. The 2 big fraggers. T's are still looking for a way in. They can't go through the hut. Currently it's on fire. But they do have a 5v3 situation. And they have to defend tight. Now it's only a 5v2 as they've lost Ram. Adren spamming up the defense, but he's got 3 bullets left inside this M4. And he's got 3 players on either side of him. He's still able to get the last shot down to bring down Simple. As Flamey, well, he gets 1 tag out to World Edit, but that's going to be all he's going to achieve for this round. FlipSid on the board, 1-3.
Yeah, great round for them. Only lose 2 guns, and they've easily made up for it. They'll bring out the AK. World Edit. I'm surprised to see no one going to drop. There it is. Someone did throw over an AK his direction.
5 M4s versus 5 AKs. We do this the old-fashioned way.
That was actually interesting, too. Sorry to cut you off. That was really interesting that Simple hung around after they've made that smoke execution, because what happened is HellRaisers thought they were coming outside on them. They waited, and then they went, oh, wait, they're trying to sell a dummy. And as soon as they looked away, Simple's timing was Absolutely perfect.
Well, looks like, again, Simple's going to look for that timing outside. Only Angel is looking in that direction. In fact, he's very, very far back. He's all the way back behind the garage. So he's not even wanting to show himself as FlipSid have been given the open. They're going to come down and in fact, yeah, they're going down to secret. So we got ourselves an attack coming down towards B. And already FlipSid, Bondic, they've got 2 players down here waiting for him.
There's that Adren rotation too, straight out of Raptors into the vents. He wants to get there quickly, but they've already made it their way to the corner, and he's going to have to be careful. He's spotted, and that forces him back in, so he can't even get the position on him. Finally, the exchange comes in, but they've already passed him, and Simple kills him, so they've got control of control room, and they can open up this B site quite easily. Luckily, Flamey's going to come down and resume that position, but he's going to have to be efficient.
Yeah, right now, though, FlipSid, there's one. There it is. He brought down Simple inside the vents. But the rest of FlipSid, like Markelov's still up on top. Do they try and bring this back up again? Flamey was thinking he should, but the bomb still goes down the B site. And Markelov can get in there and try and control the vents. Spamming up on one, and now he does find Flamey. So it's all about the hold. Bondic from window, able to bring down Kucha. One last player, Dossier, able to find Markelov inside the vents. But does he feel confident enough to try and get down there? No, he's not. He's going to move back. He's going to save. He does not believe he can retake the B.
So no pistol round and already 2 gun rounds. FlipSid looking very competent. Another good execution. Took them 3 smokes. I said it's upwards of 3 to cover off that outside, but they got in there. And the problem is with no one playing on floor at upper A for HellRaisers, Adren might have jumped quickly, but he was playing all the way back on the backside of the rafters. So it took him a little bit of time to get there. Usually players like Nothing and Get Right, who I mentioned in the pregame, are already on the floor and close to those vents. That's what gives them that advantage. By the time he got there, like I said, they were easily just able to control him with some covering fire to put him back inside the vents, and then they took over the control room, and then the site was theirs.
So FlipSid, this round around, they're going to be playing a lot tighter on mid. In fact, going a little bit closer towards the ramps, but they are going to hold themselves up in comms and lobby. While HellRaisers just sending 2 people up towards heaven. And they've still got a very tight defense over an A. Simple's making the noise on the outside. Still no rifle in his hands. He's just sticking with the AK for now. There's some flashes looking up towards Catwalk. Oh, he looked away at the wrong time. As now, he still gets the kill, however, over on Dossier. So they've been looking towards the outside here, HellRaisers, but in the meantime, Blades managed to take out Ramp Rim. They got more support coming in. They do bring down Simple, as Flamey was the one looking out there, but they're going down through Ramp, down in Hell as well. We're going to see a CT player bump into a T, and there it is. Blake gets a couple of tags, but straight up to the ladder into heaven. Not dead, so not an angel. But inside the vents, well, and it's so tight in the vents. Markelov looking for one. He finds Flamey, looking for the second peak, as now the peak will happen. But the heavier tag onto Kucha, the plant is already down, and FlipSid, they're in a really strong position on this B site. Adren's going to attempt to try and come down through the ramp.
I mean, just limiting guns at this point. They've already secured an M4 and an AK.
He's waiting for the exits. Look, double flashes.
Nice cross flash. I like that. That catches him out. Adren's down. So at least it was the pistol. They'll save the other 2. But 3 rounds already given up to FlipSid. Starting off absolutely perfect. What a good comeback after losing that. So 3-3. 3-0. 0-3.
Man, what has HellRaisers really got now? Like,
yeah, I mean, Simple still doesn't have enough economy. They've managed to buy out, but he doesn't have enough economy. He's gone for a CZ to go complimentary with his AK, but couldn't even get the AWP. They need to get that outside pick. They've managed to get that presence.
I think the AK has still been working quite well. In fact, they're going to bring all 5 into mid. They're making a quick A, a very quick A. Already Flamey's in position. The Molotov cutting off Blade as he just tried to rush through Hut. And the rest of FlipSid's just stopped. And HellRaisers bring all the support, battling through Squeaky. The fire will burn out Kucha, who did manage to bring down Simple over at Squeaky. As that nade, get back. Well, ended up taking a little bit of flack to the groin. But with 3-3 on the board, trying to bang down to the headshot box. But a very deep defense coming out from Dossier. And they cannot really find that pick as Bondic. Is he actually next to someone? Yeah, Angel's on the outside here. Angel is right next to Bondic.
He's pushed through Squeaky, so he's got
that's why he's on the outside of the wall.
Lobby control. Yeah, no, he hadn't gone all the way around outside. Markelov, though, does find Dosia. He has to be careful, though, because Angel's there. They're both very low inside lobby. World Edit and Markelov, and World Edit's about to find out that there's a player already lurked up. That's your bomb down. Markelov's going to be the next to fall into that crosshair. Although Angel falls back for whatever reason because he's already got the cover from Mini, so he could have easily kept his crossfire fixed onto where Markelov is. Bondik's going to drop. That's Flamey, and there it is. So good aggro push from Angel, taking full advantage of that squeaky room and limiting exactly what they could do.
They got really messy really quick for FlipSid. They tried to come in and you lose one player that early on and it reveals what you're going to do. Like, you're not going to just push someone through hut so quickly and say, well, we're not going A. It's getting an early pick off there wouldn't really make much of a difference to FlipSid unless you're going to breach and make the most out of the gap which you create. And they didn't do so. Now there's two outside, careful of Kucha's AWP. Because he's already looking for one, and he takes one. Simple's down for the count. So already, FlipSid at a disadvantage here in round number 8.
And now that Kucher's got that AWP outside, this will make a world of difference. Although Blade's going to find Dosia. That's over at ramp, so they've exploited B from the other angle. But here comes Kucher smartly rotating onto that highway position. And the only way you can be effective, as he does get the nade, is to be dynamic with that AWP. Those are stationary like Skadoodle often don't succeed on this map. There's Flamey. Bondik's down. So now it's only 2 players left. They do have the bomb. It's in the hands of World Edit, but these AKs are going to have to be pinpoint accurate right now. Dren's going to fall back, try and find himself a different angle over toward the control room. They are still lurking on that ramp.
You got him massively watching the vents by attacking through both of them. So this is still going to be somewhere where FlipSid's looking, but they won't be looking up towards the window. As he sits in tight, so they can't plant the B. Well, Markelov now is finally going to come down the ramp. World Edit's moving towards that B site. But where's the opening? They need to get the early frag. Waiting on the bottom of Hell, and now World Edit attacking front. Oh, actually trying to plant the bomb behind the sign. Decide to pull out, go for one pickup, couldn't get it down. And in the end, HellRaisers go 5-3. Sometimes I think FlipSid's like their money is pretty bad right now. Obviously, we now go into a save. But as far as starting off, 9 rounds in, you're 5-3 on Nuke. You can't be too sad about that.
And again, it comes back to the fact that, similar to Inferno, if they got a better start, they could have already had enough rounds to make it sustainable. And I still think Inferno, that was what cost them, was that eco round. 3's not bad, though. You're dead right. If they can get 4 or 5, I'd like to see them get, like I said, 7 for them would be very nice. 6 would be where they need to be, in my opinion.
Got timing outside push. That's quick
shot
from
by Simple.
Just had to let the Deagle do the work, but Adren still with an M4 sitting outside Mini. There will be the pickoff from Bondik. In fact, now they just keep going to work with these pistols. Well at it with a second now. And Flamey, he defends inside of Mini. More support comes up. But Dosia helps him out.
He ran out of ammo. He had to switch over to the pistol. Luckily, Dosia was there. That was going into a one-on-one.
Let's see that simple shot again. Bomb.
Through the smoke and down he goes. I mean, again, this comes down. That was an eco round that got very close, and it was all based on that outside presence. In fact, Dosia wanted to join into the locker room to be able to make some action quicker, but Bondik had already pushed up past CT Red, which means he had a weird angle to hold that from, and he quickly could have dropped if he played it too aggressively. So he was forced to sit back in Hell and just wait for the timing to work to his advantage. Luckily, Flamey found that first kill, so he could pop out. But had he not, that could have been an eco that was more than successful.
And again, another aggressive push coming up here into the hut as Adren gets picked off World Edit. He's able to just bang through the wall. Markelov again looking for a movement up through that hut area. He's not going to be successful. He's got Adren as well as Flamey just moving around. So they can't really find the opening. In fact, Markelov. It's going to be Flamey who in fact puts himself at more risk. So Markelov brings down Hutman. But it's 3v4. And HellRaisers still have a very tight defense. Adren, Markelov walks out. Just death from above. Too easy for Adren. The top's put on fire, but the fire's nowhere near him, and Bondik is the last one left alive. He looks for the pickup over at Heaven. But Kucha with the AWP, he's got the better advantage there. So 7-3 now on the board at the end of the 10th round. HellRaisers, they just want to try and hold tight here. They still know a CT advantage. They don't want to lose anything here. And FlipSid, they're forced kind of to go into another pistol here. Another full eco. And they're actually going full eco on this round. I'm not seeing any armor, anything, even though they do have a little bit of cash.
Well, they've bought out 4 PT-50s and a Deagle, but yeah, no armor to work with.
Yeah, just pistols.
I mean, the thing that's changed is Kutcher's got that op outside. They have to deal with it directly, and then they've been getting support from Doja and Angel, who have been able to rotate back and cover that off. Kutcher's going to go up to the catwalk this time. There it is, the shot from heaven. Puts Simple in hell. As HellRaisers find the early pick. Angel's the guy in Big Garage this time, and there's a gap in that smoke, as we can see.
Oh, nice.
Blades over at ramp. He's already found a way in. He takes down Doja, and he pushes onto the turnpike.
He got the AWP.
Kutcher did get at least one shot onto World Edit before that, but you're right. They've got the AWP, and they've got an even situation. They've also, yeah, exactly, Markelov. But it's Flamey to shut them down. Blades already dropped. Bondik's going to have to try and do something, but he's limited to the outside position, and as we can see, they're going one-on-one. They're trying to do battle. He gets the early shot, but the M4 with far too much spray.
2 points of life. 2 points of life is all that remains. Blade's initial shot in there was awesome, but the fact he's able to catch out Kucher as well, coming in through that connector, that really just opened up a little bit more, because it also forces HellRaisers to spend some of their cash, as we see Kucher is in fact completely flat broke. But at the same time for FlipSid, this is their buy round. 4 AKs, 1 AWP. They need that early pick to come out from World Edit, so that the AWP is not in the hands of Simple, it goes to World Edit. Again, Bondik trying to get that spam through the wall. Unsuccessful, though. Same with the nade from Madren, unless he meant to take out Squeaky. Pretty sure that was meant to go through the hut. And FlipSid, they're actually split. So 2 outside, 3 on the 3 inside. But the bomb is still sitting a little bit further back past the silos. They haven't found any picks, so there's no real opening yet for FlipSid to push up.
Dren's in the close side of rafters this time, making up for the fact that that squeaky door has been blown open. But again, this outside presence, they're going to take it. They've got those smokes there. They are. They're committing to it. 4, make it 5 now out. Angels forced off on the backside of CT Red. Dren's still trying to find something inside. Flamey's there to support him, but they're quickly going to find out that's not at all where the terrorists intend to go. So
2 down secret. There's
still
the bomb outside,
passive, though. Yeah.
Like it's like they're trying to make it sound like they're going down to B and then just delay the timing. But it's not making a sound. They're definitely going down to B. But the bomb's still outside, actually. The bomb's over at silos. I think they're going to go for an A dummy. Until Angel's going to find him. Yeah, they've taken too long. Even Simple. Adren was just waiting to find the opening. Then he just falls from above, takes out Blade. There's only Bondik left, who's battling from the B site window. He'll find, well, actually, he finds Adren close, but he's out of time, too.
And now he has to save this gun. He can't drop. They're trying to find him because if he dies after the round's over, that's going to hurt even more, so...
All they have is the AK.
Well,
they have 7.1k gold over Blade.
Yeah, they'll force this easy. They'll drop it out. World Edit will drop 1, and the rest will grab an AK. So they'll go 5 AKs again. Actually, World Edit's...
Oh, Galil.
Yeah, Galil. I would have thought they would have been able to grab that after he forced the buy, but... Kutcher's still got that op outside, and that seems to, once that came online, be the difference.
World Edit just had no money. He's actually at 0. So he bought whatever he could. And HellRaisers... They've managed to stop FlipSid from getting any more than 3, but Markelov, okay, well that's an aggressive push from outside as they go in through the mid. Adren still is able to mop up Markelov by having a very aggressive post as well up through lobby. As HellRaisers, okay, they're not quite sure where they're meant to be defending here. Blaze moved in on top of the A site. They're trying to throw up the flashes, blind up the AWP. Or in this case, the M4, bang into Hut, pulls down, able to bring down Blade. Still sees more inside there, just using that small little pistol to do the rest of the work. Simple, sees up high, knows on top of Hut, drops down though. It's a 1-on-1. Simple on Dossier. Through Squeaky, the bomb is the one that's over. It's over in Hut. And Dossier can perfectly see it. He's got a perfect crevice. That smoke didn't do enough cover. The spray will come out, and in comes Simple. He tried to just do it blindly. But Dossier has 12 life points that will give him the advantage and give HellRaisers the next round victory. So they go 10-3. And this is Dossier where the work all began.
Yeah, I mean, last map, he was absolutely on fire. This time he's only got 5 kills, but the rest of the team has stepped it up massively. Flamey.
Look at the money. There's an auto sniper on Angel.
And this is going to be interesting to see how they play it. He's actually going to take it outside, so Kutcher's going to take the AWP inward. Usually I see that in reverse, but Angel's gotten aggressive. He's outside. He's going to go right to the backside of T-Red. In fact, he'll fall back into secret stairs. Very liberal way of getting there, rather than falling through the vents. He's still setting up inside lobby right now. Markelov's going to be the first to try and push through. Looking for that angle. Simple outside. Still going to try and smoke out where Angel's playing.
If Angel drops right now and Simple can make that opening, then they'll not have a chance in this. They need to get rid of that auto sniper. All right, so there's flashes, there's smokes. I think they're also looking to fire up inside a secret. But they can't find the right opening just yet. That was a bit of a waste of money. There goes that fire into the top of secret, and it's already forced to pull back. Look how far he's back already. Back to window. He knew the attack was coming. No need to risk the weapons. But we have all of FlipSid going down secret with maybe just Wall Edit sitting up at the top of it. That bomb didn't go all the way in, though.
Watch out, though, because Angel's in a good spot to at least spot them from control room and make the call. They've got two players out toward ramp.
Check Blade out. He's coming in through the rear, back through CT spawn. He's waiting to see who's going to come out from heaven. And in fact, who's going to rotate up from ramp. He's got to look to the right, look to the right. He's only a shot. Only a little bit, though. They couldn't get the kill. He gets up fast enough. He's able to secure heaven. And there's only one player left. Now it's just Angel with that auto sniper sitting outside, looking for some kind of pick up towards heaven. But there's no way FlipSid are going to oblige with a peek. They're going to pick themselves up a 4th round, and I'm pretty sure Angel just wants to save this. There's no way he wants an auto sniper in the hands of FlipSid.
Yeah, that was great play by Blade. That's where outside is so important, because you open up that play. They were waiting in ramp room. The problem is they didn't want to drop lower. They didn't have a call yet. Angel was in that control room, like I said, looking to spot for that play at secret, and then he would call for those rotations, and with all 3 of them on ramp, they'd be able to fight for the site from within it, but Blade caught them in their tracks where they were waiting in hell, because if they'd gone back upper, that's the quickest way, that ladder. And he opens up the round. They get them their 4th. They need this 5th, though. There still isn't enough, in my opinion, for a team like FlipSid, who's so T-oriented. And if they don't get it, HellRaisers will be in a good position to hopefully take this to 2-0, at least from their perspective.
Right now, man, HellRaisers, the defense is on. The last buy of the round, of the half, that is. Kucha, he's at least able to hold him off on long. Throwing those aggressive nades, smokes, as well as grenades. Keeping Simple back for the moment. And FlipSid again looking to try and breach somewhere in through the mid. Not relying on the outside, while Bonding is looking for the spray through that wall just to bang out any of these CT defenders that like to play around up in the rafters. And there's no joy coming from any of the bullets just yet.
Oh, good shot,
Beautiful.
World Edit. Well held on the angle. Adren drops on the floor. That opens up one upstairs, but they've still got Angel with his auto sniper.
They need to bring down Kusha on the outside. That's why there's heavy smokes, heavy smokes on the outside. So Angel can't give any kind of extra help. Kucha getting flashed up. There's only Simple. Okay, now it's actually it's a flash onto the T's, and Kucha able to bring down both Simple as well as Bondic, who are your 2 outside pushes, and the rest of FlipSid, they've gone down towards the ramp. It was meant to be a distraction to try and push the outside, and they're going to breach in. There are actually, is it downstairs all the way? It's Angel's up high.
Flamey's late. He's still waiting, and Dozia's actually fallen out of those vents. Smartly so, as they try and get a nade in onto him, but the bomb's gone down as a result of it. If Flamey went down sooner, he might have been able to hold him out of the sight. And now with that smoke on control, Kutcher can't find any way in. Blade's going to sit here down below, just wait for them to peek the vents. They don't want to do it. They're going to fall out the backside. Meanwhile, Markelov holds off the flank. It's Angel that's there, and as soon as he drops, it should be easy work. Blade, meanwhile, there it is, onto Flamey. Markelov does get Angel in the end, so it's all coming down to Kutcher. He's going to drop inside control, and Dozia can't do anything more. They will pick up the 5th round. Now they've given themselves a chance. Not as much as I was expecting from them on Nuke, especially after where they got 3 gun rounds, but
it took a while to get that breach right. Like, the smoke's outside, they're able to push themselves in, they got down into secret nice and fast, the bomb plant down without having a quick rotation from HellRaisers, as they all seem to get themselves stuck up in the A site, or up in heaven. They didn't get down in time. Wondering why that didn't happen a little bit sooner.
Absolutely. I mean, there was a few things that didn't quite work for them. And again, once Kutcher got outside and was able to play with that AWP, they were a little more timid to go out there. And that was actually what got them their success in those first 3 gun rounds that they did pick up. And the problem was, not only were they timid to face him, they were then able, because he had the AWP, to force a second player to come out and support from the rafters, the backside of the rafters, just because they had that firepower. And that's when things started to roll for HellRaisers. They picked up 2 rounds at the end, though, on the flip side.
No.
Terrorist attack. Now they've got to do it again, and again it comes down to pistol rounds. Imagine they picked it up here again. You would have had potentially 3 more, right? Exactly. We could be sitting here at an 8-7 scoreline that favors FlipSid.
At the same time, if HellRaiser can get some momentum, it only takes a couple of rounds to do it. And with the early pistol round, if the CTs only have pistols to try and defend FlipSid pushing in, then we could be looking at a very quick 12-5. And then it's only just a hop, skip, and a jump away for the ATs.
It could go beyond 12-5. We could actually be looking 13-5 because the CT costs a little bit more money to get things out. They'd have to full save 2 straight rounds, and they're obviously not going to full save in the pistols, so they'll invest into that. So it's all to play for FlipSid. Of course, we go to Mirage. It's a toss-up. It really has to be Nuke that evens this series out if they want to go the distance, because like I said, the ladder maps in this series should actually play into FlipSid's hands and give them a chance to take this home. I think Overpass they should be able to take quite easily. Obviously, we've got cash in between. That could still go HellRaiser's side.
That it could. We're underway. Pistol round. How will the momentum look? Will HellRaiser be able to get the advantage on the T side and perhaps even force this to be a 2-0 map advantage going their way in this best-of-5 final? A lot on the lines as here comes your push already. Angel looking to try and secure already. Garage on the outside. He's still got a little bit of problems over at Mini as well as CT Red Crate. Has been breaching through the outside. Blade already starting off with the nade. And he has to back up. Already there's been a little bit of damage onto Simple. And HellRaisers, they're actually got decent control of the outside. Even better now that Simple has gone down. Try and bang out as well the back heaven towards the catwalk side. And HellRaisers, they're actually going to try and breach in through mid. Blade's coming out very aggressively to try and stab them in the back. Brings down Angel. There's still one over at CT as Kucha pushing in towards the ramp room. And FlipSid's being attacked on all sides until this kind of stuff happens. And then Blade, if he can shut down Secret, they open up a little bit more. But then again, they're through B. And they're in. HellRaisers. Pistol rounds looking good. Dual Elites. Bondic is the only thing that's left. And Adren's going to get rid of him. Bomb plant down. HellRaisers lose 1 player. We could be looking at a 13-5.
I mean, 2 pistol rounds. If you don't win, you've done something severely wrong. So, I mean, HellRaisers in a good spot to take this 2-0. I mean, this series could end a lot quicker than I would have thought.
Yeah, me too. Considering us saying, well, then again, I thought it was going to end quick, but it was going to be the complete opposite direction. But HellRaisers have brought their A game here.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, like I said, these 2 teams have a lot of experience between each other. It's a great rivalry.
Oh, Simple. Really nice. In through Squeaky already. Bondic staying above him too. And it's a horrible choke point. Bondic, he's just killing them all from above. It's a full wipe. They lost 1, which was Simple at the start, but his early frag basically clogged HellRaisers up as they tried to breach through Squeaky. The massively aggressive push, but Bondic
I don't
sitting
understand
on his perch.
I don't understand that. You have rifles and you play into the 2 closest angles against pistols. Even if you win the round, you're going to take significant damage. I mean, that was just well held by FlipSid, but HellRaisers, not the wisest call I've ever seen, to say the least. So that turns things back around. Now FlipSid...
It's actually even worse because FlipSid gets all the guns from HellRaisers. They don't even buy these expensive CT weapons coming into their basically first round with a little bit of money. Flamey already getting tagged up, and they just used the Deagle to finish off Simple again, having no joy on that outside. But luckily for him, he's got World Edit. He knows there's 1 on top of Mini. That's 3 for World Edit already. Looking now towards the T-Red Crate. Just on the outside, Blade will bring down Kucha, and then Adren with just the Tech 9 is all that's left for the HellRaisers' hope.
And that bomb's already dropped. World Edit knows it. I'm surprised Blade hasn't fallen out in that position to support him. Now he will.
He's praying the Tech 9 randomness would save him. Blade will be able to pick up his 2nd for the round. So FlipSid, and 11-7.
Markelov's going to keep this Mag 7. It's probably one of the best. Top Banana. And then I would say it is a great spot, but I'd say Nuke's even better. You get in close to the hut, you get on top of the hut, that shotgun can do a huge amount of damage. If anyone needs proof of that, just look at Hiko's highlight play on Nuke, where I think he picked up something like 14 kills with a shotgun inside the A site. So there's no reason for him to upgrade it if he plays up close, and he's actually going to play it up close at the choke point coming into B ramp. That's a little bit more questionable because they can rush in there. It's not quite as tight and narrow.
At the same time, he's already got the chip damage, and, well, Flamey's going to go down, questionable or not. Well, at it with the AWP. Going to work on Angel too, and, well, it looks like HellRaiser getting really trapped on the back feet with the last 2 players left outside, and they're not left there anymore. Simple. Finally able to find some kills on that outside with World Edit getting the initial pick and stopping any kind of momentum once again for HellRaisers.
Now we'll see guns come back out for them, though. AK's on everyone, and Adren actually still with 1750 left. Goes for full nades. One Molotov for Flamey. How appropriate that he's the one to hold it. 2 cans of fire on the opposing side. Markelov and Bondic holding onto those. Actually, I take that back. Blades also got one. He just threw his. That's down toward Squeaky Door, and that's immediately going to be extinguished. Markelov still with this shotgun, trying to lurk his way up through the smoke at Radio Room. He's going to have to be so careful if he wants to do it. He's actually going to deploy more, so he can use that to his advantage a little bit deeper with that one. Still not going to go through, though.
Meanwhile, HellRaisers have managed to get Angel down into the fence
area.
area. He's so far down. Now in comes the Flame. Markelov's still waiting. He's pushing inch by inch further up. But it looks like finally HellRaisers felt like they had to push out through hut. They lose 2 very quickly from Bondic. They're going to lose a 3rd. Looking for a 4th. There's one sitting up on one side of the vents. The other one's down inside the vents. So last one left was Angel, who came down through Secret. This is the only player left alive for HellRaisers. Has armor, AK. But with 40 seconds left on the clock, and he doesn't have the bomb. It's almost an impossible task. He can't go up through the vents because FlipSid's just going to kill him the second he moves there. So the only other option is to come in from outside. And you can be pretty certain the World Edit's watching. In fact, he already is. He's watching the exit from Secret, which is where the pick's going to come. And there it is. Too easy.
Bondic started this half on the bottom. Now he's here. He's on the top with another big round out of him. And, I mean, look at this hut control. Great awareness, knows that one's that deep. Second one's got to be coming, drops down. And this 3rd shot's quite impressive. Taps away just preemptively. Easy shot on Doja. And then the 4th.
Well, you kind of knew that that move had to come through Squeaky. You're not going to push again through hut unless you're going to commit towards Squeaky too. So prediction time and HellRaisers. We got ourselves the techs up and running. So looking for some aggression already with the flashbangs. They're going to look to actually come in towards us. It's going to be a good nade. Markelov with the AK. Picks up one. Looking for the 3rd. But he's got support from the crossfires. Well out with the Deagle. Let's get a couple of shots in, and Kucha with only 17 live points, and Blade comes in through the rear. Mopping it up.
1 point the difference right now. 10 to 11, and FlipSid in full control because they found nothing on the HellRaisers side after that eco. They will have money to buy this time. The question is, how do they want to do it? Do they want to try and get an op-out for Kucher? They can do it. Question is it going to be effective? No, they're actually going to stick with these AKs, so they want to go for fast executions.
And we saw how that one worked when they went through Squeaky.
Well, exactly, and if you want to go back to the previous series that they just played against G2, there were some questionable rushes for them on Mirage as well, so they stick into this rush play, but it's not exactly working.
This is now the 2nd round in a row where they've basically just thrown 3 smokes, 2 flashes, as well as a nade to get Angel down into the lower part so he can battle into B. But he's already been snapped up by Simple. And Bondic, staying very aggressive in hut, takes down 2, saw the bomb. Now he looks over towards, again, that Squeaky Door, where Kucha was able to kill Blade from. But there's only 2 left. And Flaming, he's got one right in front of him inside the smoke. Just try and spray and pray it. Those ones inside that. A little connector up. But Bondic just holds it perfectly with Simple. At 11-11, we tie the scores up. And here's that Bondic play again, close in on hut. Sees the bomb, and everything is kind of lost at that point for HR.
He's playing fantastic in that position. He's changing it up just enough, too. That time inside the hut. Not anticipating that angle.
And with the smoke positioning, like he saw everything of people coming out of the smoke, but there was no vision whatsoever for HellRaisers as they tried to breach in.
I mean, Doja's so quiet as well, still on 5 kills. I don't think he's gotten a kill for something like 6 or 7 rounds. He's got to come alive if he wants to help his team. Finally, they get the early pick. That's on Simple. Slight gap in the smoke he tries to take advantage of. Ends up catching off the Angel. Getting caught off by Angel, excuse me, as Markelov now will address things over at ramp. But Blade's going to come out from Mini.
Wow.
He's caught off Angel. They hadn't quite gone all the way through to Secret. It was only Kucher and Doja who had done so. And now Markelov over at ramp still alive means that he can quickly rotate if they want to commit to this. But that bomb is dropped all the way back at the front side of T-Spawn, so Flamey's going to have to rotate back and grab that. He's going to do so now. Bondic's still up above the hut. Adren's going to go for these executions through the windows. Smokes to go down, and now he'll flash it as well. That'll allow them a chance of entry.
Well, they're not in just yet. In fact, they didn't even use that flash to breach anywhere, but there are a hell of a lot of CTs sitting tight in on the A side. In fact, even pushing up through Hut, Bondic is just sitting on the edge. Well, Dossier gets to control the vents, so HellRaisers do have the ability to try and move up between A and B, and Adren, well, they're up, they're coming in. Blade sitting tight on the site, sees the first one coming up through vents, gets shot through the side, and they try and defend through heaven, but it's not enough. With Markelov getting picked up, HellRaisers breach in, and they'll get the plant down. World Edit looking for one person to peek, and they know exactly where he is. And if they can get there in time, they'll also get themselves an AWP to celebrate.
That execution was actually much more organized. That smoke that went through the skylight we saw get thrown by Adren, that lands, blocks out heaven, forces Blade down on the site. And once Bondic got caught out in Hut, there was nothing Blade could do to stay alive. He got the first kill, but it was not nearly enough. And with that bomb down, easy to sustain the round, but they still have a lot of money, and they are going to go for this double op setup. Finally, we're going to see it from FlipSid. It's going to be simple, and World Edit picking them up.
And they need to get these early picks, and there it is, Flamey. Already been brought down. That's a lot of flashes, and also crap being thrown over towards Squeaky. But look at the CTs again pushing up. Markelov has been pretty aggressive with this over the last couple of rounds. So HellRaisers will be expecting someone to come up pretty heavily into comms. This time, FlipSid, they pull back at least one of the two who are being over-aggressive. They have the advantage. They don't need to lose it. What are still waiting for that one guy to come through secret. Normally it's just been Angel that's got all the way down, but right now Angel, he's holding his ground. He's not going down. So he's trying to keep FlipSid looking behind themselves. All right, now he's going to make his move.
Markelov's got support too, by the way. World Edit's right there on the ramp, so the AWP is in position to make some damage as well. Adren's going to continue to smoke a little bit deeper so they can try and come out. But as we can see, there's already 3 there. And look at the guns and where they're pointed.
Well, that one's pointed at Adren. Markelov gets the first pickup. Kucha looking to also come in. But again, Markelov so close on that ramp box. It's going to force the at least one of the T's back. But Angel breaches through vents. Well, able to pick up one. Looks for the second. It's only Dossier to go down. Bondic coming down through the vents. They'll mop up Angel. They mop up the last secret player. And we go 12-12 on the board. Not a lot of money available for HellRaisers. Kucha is basically broke.
Yeah, and they just couldn't find an opening at all. Like we saw, they just absolutely swarmed into the ramp room. Everyone was still alive, and that's the quick rotations. Again, it's not only up and down the vents. If you've got a player in Turnpike, he can quickly go back, climb the ladder, cover off upper site, or go out toward heaven and just spot them going into secret. Not only that, they rotate down, and they're already there. So, I mean, it's just, you've got to find early picks and get map control.
Well, Simple.
That's not how you do it. Simple makes quick work of Doja. Now it's actually just going to be Flamey that's stuck out there on T-Red, and I think Simple knows he's pushed up. Yep, there it is. There's the shot. 2 for him. And with only pistols, there's not much more they can ask for, so FlipSid's about to take their first lead in this match, barring any magical play.
Unless HellRaisers, like, you can't even have a magical play. You got no flashes, you got no smokes, you got no way to obscure the defensive vision right now of FlipSid, who are using all these perfect ranged weapons between the 2 M4s, 1 AK, and 2 AWPs. Like, actually breaching the distance here is almost impossible, practically. Unless the Tech 9 font, like, randomly has curved bullets and, like, your Angelina Jolie and Wanted. A lot of people would want to beat that. 40 seconds left on the clock. It almost feels like HellRaisers are just saving this, which doesn't make a full amount of sense, but it depends how much you've got for the next round. Nope, Angel gets 1 pick.
Now they're going to grab this AWP as well. Oh, he tried to throw it up so it was ungrabbable. I'm not sure.
He's not feeling he's going to survive this. There's a run-in from Adren, trying to breach in on the A site.
Was that it? I'm still confused on why he's trying to throw it like that. I think he's trying to bait them out onto it to sustain the rifle, but it looked like he was trying to throw it into an ungrabbable spot. He
knows he's going to die, so he's just trying to keep it out of their reach. You're right about the ungrabbable. As now, but I mean, will go down. They were going to run in.
The reason that I questioned it is that because at that point, there was no real hope for them. They had no openings. It was a better opportunity to just run back and save it.
Yep.
So I mean, regardless of what he was thinking.
I don't think FlipSid's also at a point where they'd really care about, like, they lose 1 AWP, but they've got so much cash.
Oh, they already
buys,
bought one back out. I mean, it's easy.
Yeah, you're looking at over 10,000 for 3 of the players on FlipSid. They got all the cash in the world for this. So they try again. 4 AKs, 1 Galil for HellRaisers. the smokes come very aggressively. So it's the trip smoke trying to allow, normally it's only been one player, Angel, pushing through outside, but with that AWP from Simple, he got 2 players on the move. So they get into secret, but there's only one left alive, and the bomb is actually still stranded back practically at T-spawn.
Adren's going to try and now join out to where Angel's already found that presence. Blade has dropped down off the upper site. So Flamey has an opportunity to try and come through that squeaky door, but Bondik's still up there. So there's slight openings, but they need the next kill to make it work. As we can see, Bondik's playing more passively to compensate for the fact that Blade's left him alone, and Angel's got to find this from control room. He's going to break out the windows. That's going to give away his positioning, and World Edit, as we can see, is already staring.
He was waiting for him. The second he took out the windows to reveal his position, didn't realize how much of a tight corner he was in. And Blade walks around the corner, can't actually kill off Adren. But with Adren being down to 56 live points, pushing in, okay, maybe when he kills off Bondik as well, this makes Assembly worth it, goes for the flash, trying to breach in, but Heaven too strong. Simple giving up on the rifle, in fact just using his own deagle.
So 2 rounds left, FlipSid looking to even up the series, best of 5. The only 2 maps we're guaranteed not to see, Cobble and Dust 2. Otherwise, everything is going to be played. Up next, Mirage, Cash after that.
And you already really had your Dust 2 in our first series tonight. So we're giving you a variety of life.
Actually, we had Overpass, so tonight we potentially could see all 7 maps in the pool.
Apart from Cobble.
Markelov going to flash it in, try and get aggressive on this smoke again. Waiting up by the door, but not going to push through. Still just going to sit back. World Edit's out toward Heaven, and he's peeking outside right now, trying to find at least one careless player, but they've actually wrapped onto Mini. Angel's already got there. He's been quite good at finding that opening, but
nice.
Simple's going to find Kucher, who's going over top from Twinkie. And look at Bondik and Markelov, each finding kills of their own. Another one for Simple. It's all falling apart. Dozio with nothing at all he can hope for. Just the P250, and he's already spotted.
Yeah.
Blade gets the kill.
Markelov's aggressive position over on that ramp side has just been absolutely superb for FlipSid. Because there's been no way that HellRaisers can just breach into ramp so easily, and they have to do it slowly, bit by bit, or commit large amounts of flashes or smokes to get in there. But normally there's an aggressive smoke from the CTs. So Markelov moves up, and he's got the vision advantage coming in through that ramp entry. Because of it, HellRaisers just have nothing to really play with. But at least they got weapons to play with this time around. That ult from Kucha, we need to see big things from him, or else this is just not going to work.
Oh, there's World Edit. There's the hop down.
Well, there goes
as
Kucha.
You call it. Sorry, Toby, you're not going to get to see what we hoped for. So a man advantage on match point. FlipSid looking to close this one.
With already one AWP down, they do get it back into the hands of Flamey. The Flames are the big problem right now for HellRaisers. Adren can't do anything over towards this ramp area. And Markelov is just a bouncing bunny as Simple, just 1 and 2 in quick succession. Adren's also dropping very quickly. But he does still get the pick off of Markelov. Blade not getting flashed up at all. And in fact, Flamey's already calling the GG, even though Dossie is left alive. That's confidence in your teammates right there.
Just so you know, it doesn't work like Dota. The game doesn't end. We still have to get that last
countdown.
kill.
There's a countdown you can abort.
All right, all right. Well, he hasn't aborted at Oregon with it. He doesn't need to. He's just got to sit back and...
I think he's just getting it out of the way. He's going to walk away from his computer, go grab a beverage. So he will get to have a break between the maps.
The good news is he's got this bomb, and they haven't rotated down low, so if he could play this...
You have to play
magically,
pretty
yeah, he's going to smoke
good.
himself in. He'll get the plant for sure. He can't go to Toxic. That's far too predictable. So where is he going to play this from? He's actually going to stay out in the open. There's... Oh, no. I thought he had it. I thought he absolutely had it. And World Edit comes in and gets the kill. So I didn't think it was likely he'd get all 4, but I thought we might get to see a contest for it. Nonetheless, that's going to be our GG. FlipSid Tactics take map number 2, 16-12, and we have ourselves a tied series.
That we do. That we do. And it's a best of 5 too. So you still need to win 2 more maps to qualify yourself into the main event. So yeah. We've got a long night, guys. Put the pot of coffee on. This is not going to end anytime soon.
Exactly, and I don't think it's going to go in 4. I think this could actually go all 5. I mean, the big one and the indication of that is it's Mirage. Now FlipSid, I think, have to win Mirage. I still think Cash is going to go the way. I know T-side is make or break, and FlipSid is T-sided. I just don't think Cash plays into their game style. They can't run a double op T-side. They can't really execute the way they want to. A-site maybe. B-site, they've got to play it direct against HellRaisers. So I think they have to win Mirage. if they don't do that, then we could see it get wrapped up by HR. But there's our man of the match. Statistically, it's Simple once again. 25 kills for him, 40% headshot percentage, and helped out 5 of his teammates collect other kills too.
Yeah, he definitely picked up a lot of stats in those last couple of rounds too. So
it's going to be interesting to see that Simple can't play in the ESL. It's actually Davkos that comes in. That might hurt them. I know that Blade said Davkos listens really well on executions, and he's a great team player. Simple's been on fire for them in these qualifiers for this tournament.
Well, for now, we're going to have ourselves a break as we will be getting ourselves ready for map number 3. It is a FlipSid going up against HellRaisers, the full best-of-5 action coming to you from the CSGO Champions Series. Already get down to Secret as Flamey. He's really already battling inside the hut. Able to bring down more. Edit was very far up, and now his teammate tries to replace him. Well, he just replaces his corpse on top of him. So Blade will drop 2, and HellRaisers successful defense. Angel out from CT Red.
Yeah, try and overwhelm them with these pistols.
We're thinking about it right now, though, with a good Famous line. Angel's able to bring down 2. Wants to back up, so he's got more support. Marklov pushing through Squeaky, but then Angel picking up a 3rd. He knows there's another one about to come in through the main on the A. 3v4. And HellRaisers still have a very tight defense. Adren, Marklov walks out. Just death from above. Too easy for Adren. Lined up the AWP. Or in this case, the M4 bang into Hut. Pulls down, able to bring down Blade. Still sees more inside there, so just using that small little pistol to do the rest of the work. Simple. Sees up high. Knows on top of Hut. Drops down though. It's a one-on-one. Simple on Dossier. Through Squeaky, the bomb is the one that's over. It's over in Hut. And Dossier can perfectly see it. He's got a perfect crevice. That smoke didn't do enough cover. The spray will come out, and in comes Simple. He tried to just do it blindly.
Should be easy work. Blade, meanwhile, there it is, on to Flamey. Markaloff does get Angel in the end, so it's all coming down to Kutcher. He's going to drop inside control, and Dozier can't do anything more. They will pick up the 5th round. Now they've given themselves a chance.
Squeaky already. Bondic staying above him too, and it's a horrible choke point. Bondic, he's just killing them all from above. It's a full wipe. They lost 1, which was Simple at the start, but here's early frag. Going to work on Angel too, and well, it looks like HellRaisers getting really trapped on the back feet with the last 2 players left outside, and they're not left there anymore. Simple, inch by inch further up. But it looks like finally HellRaisers felt like they had to push out through Hut. They lose 2 very quickly from Bondic. They're going to lose a 3rd, looking for a 4th as one sitting up on one side of the fence.